Hello. Oh my god, why am I suddenly so awkward? But yeah, this is the first pre-recorded video for when I'll be away on the 28th of November. Yeah, I won't be able to stream on the 28th of November, so hope this pre-recorded video finds all of you well. And I hope that it'll still be, I hope that it'll accompany you well as well, because yeah, I can't physically stream, so I just hope that this little pre-recorded stream will still be able to, be useful to you guys. Like, if it makes you, I don't know, like if it helps you feel relaxed before you head to bed, or if it cheers you up throughout your day, or you just want something to listen to in the background. I hope that this little pre-recorded stream will be useful to you. I've always been doing this whenever I am not around to stream. I'll usually pre-record something so you guys can still have something to watch, even though I'm not around. I just hope that, you'll have a wonderful rest of the week. I know it's Thursday for you guys now. It's Wednesday night for me. No, it's actually Tuesday night for me, sorry. Yeah, so this is me in the past talking to you guys in the future, but I hope that you enjoy these two pre-recorded videos. I'll just play a story game and just have a good time and just read the story, I guess. I won't be talking as much as I usually do because I literally can't see chat. I'm talking to you guys in the future, but I can't actually, I don't have a chat to work off of here. So I'll just play the game, and yeah, I'll just be commenting and reading the lines as well. Hope you guys will enjoy this. So far we've only done the first case in this game, but that already took like 6 parts. So I don't want this video to be too long. I'm just going to play as much of it as I can, so that even if you watch this and you're excited to find out what happens next and you want to watch me play it, I will try to churn out a few more as well, so we'll at least get to the end of the case. With that said, yeah, let's go on, and yeah, have a wonderful weekend ahead. I hope you'll have a wonderful one. Thanks for, watching this as well. I just hope that they are useful to you. Okay, let's go. Continue off where we last left off. Now we're on episode 2. Man, I saw the save file. It's at 4:45 a.m. I guess that must be when I last, like recorded something.
In the
Okay.
corner of that small, dark room,
Ooh.
Sholmes and I
Sholmes.
with bated breath. In time, there came from the ventilator a hiss and a soft, almost growl-like sound. Suddenly, Sholmes sprang into action, lashing furiously with his cane at a point in the darkness.
What is this?
"You see it,
happening?
Wilson?" he yelled, his tense voice reverberating through the air. I raised my dark lantern shutter, and the room slowly came into view. Sholmes was staring intently at one particular corner when he started whispering to me. The victim's most perplexing final words. The speckled band.
Speckled
I
band.
believe this is the terrible coil to which she referred, Wilson.
What is
In
that?
front
Oh,
of us was an enormous adder, its fangs bared as it threatened to strike.
snakes are.
It
I think
truly
they're
was
cool.
the most terrible speckled
But I'm
band
also
I
scared
had
of them
ever
as well.
seen.
I can be scared of a lot of things. I don't think I'm a very brave individual. Okay, 9th January, 6:37 a.m. on board the steamship. I didn't read the steamship name. Uh-oh. Ooh, we have a little animated section
So then,
here.
let us unravel this mystery
Who is
and
this?
discover what events led to this curious murder. Pray, do excuse me.
Oh.
The cabin door was bolted from the inside when the man was killed. No
Mm.
marks to suggest the bolt was tampered with in any way. So, this would appear to be a locked room mystery. In his
Dying
final moments, the
message?
victim scrawled a message on the floor.
APA.
Almost certainly with the ink from this upset bottle.
Where did our main character go?
So the victim was a Russian man then, and the letters are well formed. suggesting he was compos mentis at the time.
What is compos
It's the most
mentis? I don't know that.
extraordinary script. And evidently,
Akerina, it says on the Japanese. So don't open it. Eh? Oh? Oh, I thought it was Akerina. Yeah, it says Akerina, which means don't open. Oh.
Well,
Oh.
have we here?
So the killer was hiding inside?
Who are you, and what do you think you're doing here?
Da! No one must touch before maritime police come. We must wait.
That won't be necessary. You see, in less than 5 seconds from now, I will reveal the killer to you.
What?
Don't be absurd. This is murder.
Oh.
I need cabin locked from inside.
Ah yes, the locked room. But that mystery is paper thin.
You don't mean the culprit is in there?
Who are you, and where have you come from?
Wait, isn't that Inspector Hosonaga from the previous episode?
Herlock Sholmes.
Herlock Sholmes. Okay.
You must have heard of me.
I don't know why I'm just amused by everything. Oh. What? Oh, they didn't show what was in there? Yeah, this is the second video, so there was one episode, like one whole episode before this. But basically the main character was called, if I'm not wrong, it's Ryunosuke Naruhodo, and he had to defend himself in a case where he was framed for the murder of like one of the professors at the place that he was studying at. Yeah. So if you want to watch that, I have 6 different parts. They were recorded over a period of like what, 3 years? I only do recordings whenever I'm away for a bit, so I rarely go overseas. That's why there aren't so many parts here. But I hope you guys will go watch that one if you're interested to find out what happened before. And once you're done with that, maybe you can come back here. Okay, I'm going to just play and we'll see what happens. So interesting. We saw like a little animated cutscene. I don't remember that from the previous episode. Was it there? It's also been like many years since I started this game. So okay. My head is throbbing. What's going on? Something's not right here. There's trouble in the air. Oh, did our main character get stuck in the cabin himself? Oh no! I think he's in the cabin. Does he have to defend himself again? Wait, I can't move. Oh. What the? Why am I in handcuffs? So you wake up now, We had to drag you out of the wardrobe. I do not believe how you could not wake up. You're a true cold-blooded man. You found me then. We found you. And now you pay criminal. Oh no. How long are you hiding in that tiny wardrobe, huh? Sorry. Now you have been found. It is time to admit your crimes. Why does our main character always find himself in these situations? Unless you want to find out how cold the ocean is, No, I'll tell you everything. There's only one thing I'd like to know from you. Isn't that... Oh, it's the girl who helped us out in the previous episode. Why did you do it? Why did you take his life? Miss Susato. Wait, what did you just say? Take his life? Where is he? Where's Kazuma? No, Kazuma is... You pretend you don't know? You're a wolf in the sheep's belt. Wait. You are the killer. Do not try to make excuses. Kazuma-sama was Kazuma-sama. Huh? No. What? I thought he was gonna be like a main character in the game. What? No. Do you have to take over Kazuma's legacy, you know? Because he was destined for like a lot of things, right? Here in this very cabin that was bolted shut from the inside. His body? Please, do not try to tell us you were doing this terrible thing in your sleep. Kazuma's did? But he can't be. Oh no. And these handcuffs? Surely you don't think I have to know. Why did you take Kazuma-sama's life? Answer me, please. No. No. Oh my god, it's his best friend. What? Why does he always find himself in these type of situations? And it's so sad that the best friend, it was just 2 short weeks ago. Yeah, so what happened in the first episode was that you were framed for like a murder, and your friend Kazuma was there to guide you through like defending yourself. Yeah, because he couldn't defend you. He was studying to be a lawyer, but he couldn't defend you because he was set to travel to Britain to go study. Yeah, but if he defended you and he lost the trial, then he would have to give up on that. Yeah, so to like allow him to accomplish his dream or something, our main character chose to defend himself. Wow, but I can't believe he's not around anymore. Are you sure about this? Won't we get in trouble? Don't you find it fun being a stowaway? Besides, how else could you come to England with me to study? Oh, it was England, oops. It was really something else when they brought your luggage in here earlier though. The way that Russian crewman just tossed your traveling case onto the floor. I thought I was going to die. Yes, I still can't quite believe that. Oh, the traveling case? I really didn't think you'd be able to fit inside my trunk. You must be even less of a man than you look. What is that an insult? Hey, honestly, I thought I'd broken every bone in my body. Well, it's about 50 days until we dock in Great Britain. But if you confine yourself to my cabin here, I don't expect anyone will discover you. I hope not. I get the feeling those Russians wouldn't be very forgiving of a stowaway. They're a sturdy bunch, that's for sure. What I want to know is, why do we need to keep it a secret from the young lady? From our faithful judicial assistant Mikotoba, you mean? That's the lady who was like talking to us earlier. From your close friend? More to the point. Surely we could confide in her, couldn't we? I don't believe she'd give me away. No, but if she knew what we'd done, that will make her guilty by association. It's best that only you and I know about this. I suppose so. Anyway, it's about the time that the steward is supposed to come and clean the cabin. Okay, time to hide in the... Oh no. I know it's cramped, but you'd better get in here, I think. It won't be for long. Oh no! So, our main character gets in there, and then something happens to Kazuma? No! And anyway, compared to hiding inside my traveling case, it'll be a breeze. But what if the steward decides to open the wardrobe for some reason? Then I'll be in for it. Stop worrying. I tell you what, why don't you write keep out or something on this piece of paper? Akeruna. What? Oh, on this scroll on the wall, it says Seigi, which is justice. Then I can stick it over the wardrobe doors once you're inside. I don't know. Oh. We've only been at sea for about 15 days. How can this have happened? We're supposed to be going on this adventure to England together. Oh no. We'll leave you at next port. Stay quiet until then. Don't make more trouble for yourself. Murderer. No, I'm not a murderer. Duh, you said before. You said you admit everything about your crimes. No, that's not right. I mean, yes, I did stow away on the ship, but murdering my best friend? No one else could have done it. Admit the truth. Susato-san. Please, tell me what happened. I need to know. Very well. But there is something I would like to ask of you too. Ugh, those eyes. She looks like she's ready to destroy me. This nightmare is getting worse by the minute. I suppose all I can do is try to find out what really happened. Kazuma's death. He really has been killed, hasn't he? This isn't just a bad dream? And these handcuffs, they think I did it? They think I'm Kazuma's killer? When you found him, the cabin was locked from the inside. What do you mean? There's no access to the cabin via a porthole window, and the bolt on the door can't be operated from the inside, from outside. In other words, after the crime, the culprit couldn't have escaped these four walls. What? Or to put it another way, the culprit can only have been somebody inside this cabin. Or do you have some other explanation? This is impossible. How did he die then? What happened exactly? Are you still going to deny the charge, even despite the circumstances? Please, Susato-san, you have to tell me. The cause of death is still undetermined. They don't know how he died? The ship's doctor is examining the body, but of course, he has no post-mortem analysis experience. I don't suppose we shall learn more until an expert has been consulted at our next port of call. So presumably that means there were no obvious external signs of injury then. That's true, yes. About the incident. Can't anyone tell me what actually happened here in this cabin? I don't understand it. Why would anyone want to kill Kazuma? Presumably that's something you know the answer to better than anyone. Although we're being suspected. I mean, I guess it's natural because it's like a sealed room murder, right? It's like a sealed room mystery. And he just happens to be in there too. Please. Whatever you say, you were here in the cabin after all. Well, yes, I was, but... He would always wake before dawn and do his training first thing in the morning. I was waiting outside his cabin, as I have every day so far on this voyage. But this morning, he did not come. I could sense that he wouldn't. Does that mean he was already dead when Susato-san arrived at his cabin door, I wonder? I knocked, but there was no reply. Then I started to become worried, so I went to find a member of the crew. The crewman forced the cabin door open, and when we managed to get inside... Oh no. There was Kazuma-sama, collapsed on the floor. And the white tape there shows exactly where he was found, I suppose. I had no idea anything had happened. I must have been asleep in the wardrobe somehow. I wish it wasn't the case, but that's just very hard to believe. This is all very hard to believe for me too, trust me. Now I've told you everything that I know, so it's my turn to ask you a question. Yes, alright. Ugh, my head feels so heavy. It's still throbbing like anything. Oh, it's still throbbing like anything? Okay. Stow away. Okay. Why are you even on board this ship, Naruhodo-san? You said something before about being a stowaway, didn't you? Oh, yes. I'm afraid that's true. It's 2 weeks since we left Japan now, and I've been shut up in this cabin the entire time. I had no idea. But how could you have occupied Kazuma's Sama's cabin for so long without him noticing. No, no, no. That would have been impossible, obviously. Yes, of course. Kazuma invited me. He wanted us to go to England together. He actually asked you? But why? I'm afraid I don't really know the reason myself. I don't understand. What happened? Time for us to learn. Kazuma, why do you want this? What's the real reason? Why go to such extreme lengths to smuggle me to England with you? Maybe he already knew his life was in danger. Maybe. So he wanted someone else to be with him? And because Ryunosuke managed to get himself out of the situation, you know, like the first episode, so maybe he expected that his friend would be able to figure it out. It's an idea that's been on my mind ever since the end of that incredible trial. I think I told you then, didn't I? That you ought to become a lawyer yourself. Well, yes, you did say that, but I didn't think you were serious. You have a talent for it, I can assure you of that. But I've never really thought about becoming a lawyer. Well, that's something you can decide for yourself. London is at the spearhead of cultural development, the center of the world in many ways. There can't be any harm in seeing such an important place with your own eyes, can there? Well, no, definitely not. But on a personal level, if you were to become a lawyer, then what? Nothing. Oh my god, I hate it when people do this. They'll be like, there's something I want to tell you, but it's okay, nothing. Or I have something important to ask you. Nah, it's okay, it's nothing. I hate it when people do this. You'll be more curious. You'll want to find out what it is. It's so frustrating. Like they pull you in and then they leave you hanging. Huh? Kazuma-sama he was always saying the same thing, that he wanted to change the Japanese legal system. Perhaps he thought that he could do that with you. Yes, maybe. But something's still bothering me a little. The look in his eyes then. It was darker than I've ever seen it before. Sorry, tripping over my own tongue. I think I'm going to do that a lot for today's and on Monday's pre-recording. Susato-san, I'm sorry that we kept it a secret from you. My stowing away on the ship, I mean. If I know Kazuma-sama, I expect he was trying to protect me, to avoid me becoming guilty by association. That's exactly right, yes. Word perfect, in fact. Last night. Okay, let's see what happened last night. If you're not the culprit, then tell me. What happened last night here in this cabin? Well, the thing is, I don't really remember. Kazuma brought me something to eat, just like he always did. And then I got myself into that wardrobe over there, just like I always did. After that, I fell asleep. Well, yes. So deeply that you didn't even stir when Kazuma-sama was killed? Well, yes. I know it sounds unbelievable, really, I do. But it's the truth. If only I'd woken up, then perhaps I wouldn't be in this predicament. And for some reason, my head's still throbbing like anything. Really? She think. Is something wrong? No, it's... Please forget it. Susato-san, you have to believe me. I didn't do it. I really don't want to doubt you. But the trouble is, there's no one else who could possibly have done this. Ugh. How am I supposed to, like, voice UGH? Ugh. Kazuma, I don't understand. Why? Nande? Why did this have to happen? Naze konna koto? Sometimes I like when I'm reading like manga or any like game, usually I'll like change the lines in my head to Japanese. I just enjoy it in my head. Oh, I can't take this. Don't try to go anywhere. You're the perpetrator of this crime. You can't leave. I can't allow that to happen. I'm sorry. But Kazuma was killed right under my nose here, and I didn't do anything to stop it. And now I'm supposed to just sit around, my hands tied, while whoever did this walks free? No, I can't allow that to happen. Well, what do you propose to do then? Try to investigate the room. All the books are like flipped, the statue is flipped, the little figurine. I'm going to investigate. I'm going to find out exactly what happened here. I'm going to work out who took Kazuma's life and how and why they did it. So I'm sorry, but you're going to have to excuse me. Oh. Hiya! What is he doing? Oh, she bonked him. What the? That was a Susato takedown. Susato what? What martial art form is that? I'm going to need you to prove it. Sorry? Prove it? Yes, that I'm a V-tier. I mean, your innocence. I need evidence. But how am I supposed to... Have you forgotten already? What you achieved just a few weeks ago. You successfully defended yourself in a court of law. Ah, I see. She's expecting me to present some conclusive evidence. I have to get Susato-san to believe me. I'll show her some evidence right now that proves I'm not guilty of this awful crime. Oh, this one! Akeruna. Yes, let's present this. R for present.
Yes!
Okay. Yes! Tell me, when I was discovered in the wardrobe before, was this piece of paper stuck over the doors? Oh, yes, it was. I remember clearly. I thought so. Kazuma always put it in place whenever I went to sleep in there, just in case the cabin steward or another crew member decided to look inside. So naturally, he did the same last night as well. Ah, yes, of course. The gentleman who discovered you peeled that sign from the wardrobe doors before he opened them? But if I were truly the culprit, I couldn't have climbed back inside the wardrobe and stuck this on the outside of the doors on my own. Yes, that's quite true. In other words, it's impossible that I killed Kazuma. Well, even if you are sprawled hopelessly on the floor, I can see why Kazuma-sama thought so highly of you. Thank you, Susato-san. Now, do you think perhaps you could help me up? The only way that could have happened was if they were working together. And it was like some slow method of death. Like poison or something. Or like he unalive. But I don't know. It just reminds me of some of the mystery, like the cases for Danganronpa as well. Like specifically the first game. I really liked Danganronpa as a series. Ace Attorney as well. I played the older ones when I was younger. Well, in the light of that evidence, I don't see any reason why I should stop you from investigating in here at least. Thank you. So you finally believe me? I'm sorry, no. What? I'm not sure yet. I can't rule out the possibility that you used some sort of conjuring trick to put the sign back in position. What does she think I am, a magician? For now, I suggest you investigate as thoroughly as possible in here. I'll do the same. Alright, let's get to work, Susato-san. Please don't misunderstand me. I still have my doubts. Oh. Oh, Oh. I shall be watching you to make sure you do nothing that might disturb the crime scene. I wouldn't want you using your conjuring tricks to destroy evidence, for example. Right. そうだね。そうね。Well, anyway, I should make a start on investigating in here. Examine everything I can. Kazuma, I swear. Kazuma no shio kataki. Man, my Japanese is so bad. I will avenge your death. Kataki o utsu. Okay, oh, okay, we haven't had this in the game so far, so now you can interact with NPCs, can move around. Okay, let's examine things. Okay, his sword is here. That's Kazuma-sama's precious sword. He never went anywhere without it. Yes, he was always saying that a Japanese man's katana is his soul. I believe he had to work very hard to convince the government to allow him to bring it on this trip. I suppose that just shows how important it. That shows just how important it is to him. Now he's gone, but I'm not ready to let his spirit go just yet. Sorry, drinking water. Make sure you guys hydrate too. Oh dear, that won't do. Oh, what's the matter, Susato-san? Whenever I'm examining things, I always find myself so focused I forget to look around properly. Ah yes, that's not good. I don't suppose you're as foolish as me in that regard, are you, Naruhodo-san? Naruhodo is Ryunosuke's, like, last name. I'm sure you're careful to look around. Oh, okay, so they're teaching you the mechanics. B and M. Obviously, they look left and right. Okay. Now, let's investigate all corners of this cabin. Yes, let's do that. I suppose my field of vision has been rather small until now. Okay, we saw the sword. What else can we see? What is this? That's my dinner from last night. A roast chicken. It was really tasty. Yes, it was very delicious, wasn't it? Oh. Oh. I opened the log by accident. But did you eat it on the floor here? I'm not a dog, Susato-san. I ate at the table, of course. Oh, so it got knocked off the table. Which begs the question of when and how the plate ended up on the floor. Maybe there was a struggle. But Kazuma-sama didn't like chicken at all, did he? No, that's right. So he didn't touch it. Which meant all the more for me. Oh no! Does that mean poor Kazuma-sama spent his last night on Earth with an empty belly? It's just too horrible. Now I suddenly have a guilty conscience and an achy stomach. Right, because each of them would get like one dinner, right? There would only be one dinner for each, I guess, like, person on the ship. But since he's a stowaway, I guess Kazuma didn't get to eat. Oh no. Okay, dinner done. We looked at the sword. What is that? It's a knife? That's my dinner from last night, a roast chicken. It was really tasty. Yes, it was... Oh, okay. So, this is just... Nah, they're repeating the same thing. I thought the knife was different. I thought the knife was a different clue. It's just too horrible. Okay. Candle? I've investigated thoroughly, but I can't find anything out of place. What about this? What is that? Oh, it's like a skid mark? What do you think this is? It looks like a broken piece of glassware. Whatever the thing was, it appears to have broken clean in two. Okay. What if that thing was cut by the sword? Like in half. The glass is such a beautiful color. It looks like a cute little netsuke fastener from a kimono outfit. Oh, kimono? I'm not sure that sounds like Kazuma. He wouldn't have secretly carried a cute little trinket like this around with him, would he? She's wearing a kimono though, and the mark beside it What is it, I wonder? It has a sort of brick-like hue. Yes, you're right. It has the color of brick, isn't it? Even though I don't see anything of the same color anywhere else in the cabin. Okay. The ink? I've investigated thoroughly, but I can't find... Oh, okay. I guess we have to turn for us to look at it. Oh? Oh, I guess this is here, then like it's the whole thing. Did Kazuma write that before he died? It looks like it's written in ink. He must have knocked the ink pot from the desk when he collapsed on the floor. Does he know Russian though? What if it's like the killer? Because, you know, dying messages are usually... Sometimes it's like a clue left behind by the killer to mislead whoever's investigating as well. What if this is one of those cases? Then I suppose he wrote this message by dipping his finger in the spillage. Poor Kazuma-sama. No doubt he was in terrible pain. It's almost unbearable to imagine it. I suppose he was trying to leave some kind of a clue in his final moments, was he? I guess we have to check later, like if we get to see the body. I guess it would be good to check whether there was any ink on his fingers. I'm sorry, partner, but I can't read your writing. Yeah, I can't read that too. I don't think that's Japanese. Sorry, Naruhodo-san. What? Then what language is it? It pains me to admit it, but I don't know. It's not a foreign script I'm familiar with. What does it mean, I wonder? Okay, the suitcase? That's a very large traveling case, isn't it? Yes, it carries a lot of memories for me. Memories? What do you mean? Well, that's actually how I stowed away on this vessel. I was brought on board inside that case. Ah yes, I see it says "this way up" in Japanese. Which in hindsight, I should have realized the foreign crewmen wouldn't be able to read. I was turned over and over and over, and then I was tossed on the floor in here. Oh no. Oh dear, being a stowaway isn't as romantic as it sounds. Well, it was less painful than a Susato takedown. Okay, things look ruffled up here. The books have fallen over the shelf. Over on the shelf. Look, they've all toppled the same way. And what's this? A statue of some god of the sea? Although he's fallen over as well. Yes, it's almost as if the whole shelf has been ransacked and everything mown down at once. I wonder if perhaps it was Kazuma-sama doing his morning sword training, don't you think? Do you think? I seriously doubt it. Then perhaps it was you, Naruhodo-san, in a fit of rage. I wouldn't have bothered leaving the wardrobe just to mess up a few books and a statue. Could the way these things have been thrown about have anything to do with the case, I wonder? Oh, close up? I'll just set everything straight again. I don't like to see a mess. Isn't that disturbing, the crime scene though? Okay, what is this? These are the rules of passage for travel aboard the SS Buria. Okay, so this is the ship name. It's essentially a list of requests from the captain to all passengers on board. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. Dangerous objects, I guess, like the weapons, like the katana. Uh-oh. Maybe that was the reason why? I don't know. What? Why are you staring at me? Oh, sorry. I was just thinking. Are you more of a dangerous object or a pet? What? I can't decide. Well, one thing's for sure. Either way, I wasn't supposed to be in here. Are you a dangerous object or a pet? Who asks that? This is where dear Kazuma-sama would have sat whenever he was writing. Oh, what is he writing? London Diary. Poor Kazuma, he didn't even make it to his destination. It looks as though the last entry is incomplete. Which means what? He was in the middle of writing it when the incident happened. Let's see what it says. It could be a valuable clue. Hiya! Oh, where are we? That's out of the question. What? Kazuma-sama may have departed this world, but you must not read his private thoughts. But what if it's something important? Something relevant to the case? Alright. I won't read it. It could be a clue though. For Kazuma-sama. I don't like prying into people's personal matters either. But in this case, isn't the need for clues more important? Wait, she kinda sus now though. Okay, I'm just gonna click around and see if we hit anything. The wardrobe. It's 2 weeks since we set sail from Japan. Have you really been living in that wardrobe the entire time, Naruhodo-san? I think living isn't quite the right description. Oh, no, I suppose not. Though it must have been rather exciting, making this voyage your own secret hideout. The trouble was, I never knew when a member of the crew might come in. So yes, I did basically have to live in the wardrobe. And last night was no exception. But because of that, you had no idea what was happening out here in the cabin. She's right. No, sadly not. Okay, what about the bed? Okay, guess the bed isn't related. The chair? No? Chair? No? Not the chair? What is this? This is... yes, it's a bell cord contraption, I think. What is that? I actually don't know what this is. Is it something people used to use in the past? What do you mean, contraption? I read about it in the book I was studying that talked about life in Great Britain. Large households often have bell cords like this, which you can pull to ring a bell to summon servants. Really? That sounds almost magical. So it's something like you know, like the emergency bell when you're in the hospital. Shall we give it a little try? Yes. In the interest of cultural research, obviously. Ding ding. Oh. Then I guess like a crewman comes in. I suppose nobody comes for lowly Japanese people. Huh? What? No, I'm sure it's just that everyone is busy, that's all. Okay, so there was a bell thing as well. Okay, that might be related to the case. I think that's some kind of opening for a ventilator. A hole through which fresh air can circulate into the cabin. What if he was killed by like poison gas? And Naruhodo was safe because he was in the wardrobe. But then wouldn't that mean that Naruhodo is, like, Ryunosuke is suffocating inside the wardrobe? Could be possible. Yeah, it could be poison gas coming through like the ventilator. That could be like a cause of death because they did say that there was no external wounds on the body. What do you mean? Well, this ventilator, if that's what it is, looks like it must connect to the next door cabin. Oh, okay. Yes, it would appear to. You're right. But if its purpose is to allow fresh air into the room, surely it should be connected to the outside. What if it's like a vent system? Like it connects to both the rooms and then it connects to the outside of the ship as well? Perhaps it's so that rain and spray don't find their way in when the seas are... Oh, that's true. Yeah, that is true. If not, the water will get in, right? Okay. Oh! Who is that? He's so weird. That's the Herlock Sholmes guy, right? As far as I can tell, it looks like he might be European. Oh, how did he... His pose is so strange. You've noticed the man too, have you? I have no idea who he is or how he got in here, but he looks suspicious and tall. Suspiciously tall. Naruhodo-san, don't tell me... Do you really not know who that is? Well, no, I don't have any foreign friends or acquaintances at all. He doesn't look like a member of the crew. There's something very unusual about him. And is he investigating Kazuma's desk, or is he just playing on it? I can't tell. Well, in that case, we simply must talk with him. I'm just imagining it, or does Susato-san look almost uncontrollably excited? By the way, I expect that you've noticed already, but just in case, if you press space on people, okay, when they're in the crosshairs, you can converse with them. Oh, new mechanic. I'll get that suspiciously tall gentleman in my sights and see what he has to say for himself. Oh, please do. Okay. Let me look at the right side of the room first. Okay, so we haven't checked the crewman. Is this related? No, it's not. Is the scroll related? Seigi. Yeah, Seigi means justice. The Japanese word for justice. The brush strokes are straight and true, just like Kazuma. Yes, his calligraphy always was a reflection of his heart. Can you really look at those characters without feeling shame, knowing who drew them so thoughtfully? Of course I can. I mean, I'm innocent, so why shouldn't I be able to? Even though you stowed away on this shit? Oh, now you're going to bring that up, are you? I can't win. My mom, when I was younger, she would draw me in Chinese handwriting a lot. So my Chinese handwriting actually looks pretty decent. It was so good to the point where my Chinese teacher would ask if I did calligraphy. Like if I was in a calligraphy club or I attended a calligraphy class or something like that. Yeah, I remember my Chinese teacher asked me that in school. Yeah, I just said that my mom helped me with my handwriting. So I guess it was like when I was asked that by the teacher, I felt proud. Like I felt proud of my mom. Felt proud of myself and my mom, I guess. What is that little palette? Like that plate below the... Oh, is that tatami? I guess it is. It's probably tatami. What is that? Is that half a chair? What is that? There's a book. There's a candle. The crewman? Perhaps I should see what this Russian crewman makes of the scene. Excuse me? What? I was wondering how it's going, the investigation, I mean. Grandmother told me Japanese people do not make jokes, but it is not true, I see. Sorry? The criminal asking investigator for information about his crime? Very funny. Oh, it wasn't supposed to be a joke. He doesn't appear to be laughing either. He's convinced you're guilty. He might have useful information though. I have to keep trying. So, last night, did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all? Niet. Of course not. Now back to corner of room and make silent. I say no more to you. Oh. Did it hit a nerve? Just for a minute there, he seemed a little flustered. Damn, maybe our main character is getting framed again. Definitely being framed. Just not sure by who. When I went for help and the crewman forced the door open, this bolt had been firmly closed. It's quite a small bolt and not particularly sturdy. And it just slides across to ensure secure the door shut. But still, with the door bolted, there will be no way to get in or out of the cabin, that's for sure. It's no wonder everyone suspects me. When she glares at me like that, I feel tense all up and down my spine. I remember reading once in a detective novel. The culprit used a needle and thread to draw a bolt across from outside the room in a situation like this. Yes, that's a clever trick, isn't it? I'm an avid reader of detective stories myself. But the door of this cabin and its frame are made of metal, and they seal together perfectly. There would be no possibility of using that needle and thread trick here, I'm afraid. Oh no! When she glares at me like that, a few pins and needles all up and down my spine. Okay, I think we've looked at almost everything. Just need to talk to this guy. Yeah, who are you? Excuse me. Excuse me, do you have a moment? Shh, this is a critical point in my investigation. What is he doing? Maybe I should leave him alone. He seems a little unfriendly. Yes, perhaps that would be for the best. Okay. Oh, I got jump scared. Greetings. What exactly were you doing on Kazuma's desk just now? Oh, what are those night vision goggles? Ah, I see. Fascinating. Sorry? What do you see? It feels like he's looking right through me. Oh yes, everything is clear now. The train of reasoning has run its course. My deductions have crystallized. You have been in Afghanistan, I presume. What? That's so random. Just recently returned, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry? What? And now, whilst venturing toward foreign climes, you find yourself in a most troubling predicament. Oh, well, that's true at least. But how? How the deuce did I know that, perhaps? It was really a most elementary deduction, hardly worth explaining. Have you perhaps managed to deduce anything else? But of course, a great many things. There is no mystery, my dear madam. For example, you have fled your native land of Russia, being as you are a merciless revolutionary. What is happening? You leave 16 victims of assassination in your wake, and now travel to England to blow up the Crystal Tower. Huh? And when the bare-boned... What does this word mean? Occupant of this very cabin discovered your identity, you ended his life too. Yes, I believe that summarizes the facts beautifully. No need to hide the truth now. Nothing deceives these eyes. But what is he seeing in those goggles? I want some of those too. Just to be clear, you're talking about me, are you? Certainly I am. Do you see another in this cabin who fits the bill? A Russian assassin with 16 victims to his name? I don't even see one person who fits the bill. What about the crewman, though? The crewman! So it's true. It was you who did this to Kazuma-sama. What? And you're plotting a revolution too. It's shameful behavior, Naruhodo-san. Absolutely wicked. No, listen. There's no way I... Hiya! Oh! We get flipped again. This is going to be like a recurring joke for this episode, I see. Now explain yourself. Tell me everything. This is ridiculous. Okay, what happens next? How could you do it? For pity's sake, open your eyes. I'm not a Russian revolutionary, obviously. Oh, forgive me. And as for you, what kind of deduction was that? You were just saying the first thing that came to your head. Ah, but was I not right? Whilst venturing towards foreign climes, you do find yourself in a most troubling predicament, do you not? Well, yes, maybe. Ha! There you have it, you see. What do you make of that, hmm? Well, to be honest, This ship is en route to England, and I'm in handcuffs at the scene of a murder. So I'm not really sure you could call it deduction. It's more plain observation. Man, my boy roasting him now. Indeed, an observation, my boy, is the basis of all deduction. My method is founded upon the observations of trifles, you see. I announce my findings with a brassy certitude. Sorry, tripping over to some of these words. And more often than not, I'm right. Ha. I don't think you introduce yourself. My apologies. How remiss of me. Trying to say his lines in like a... I'm none other than the greatest detective of the century, known to men and women the world over. Oh, he looks kinda good though. The inimitable Herlock Sholmes. So it's really you, the actual Herlock Sholmes? The very same. The inimitable actual Herlock Sholmes. Do you know this man, Susato-san? The most famous detective in the world? Naruhodo-san, of course I do. There's nobody who hasn't heard of him. What planet have I been living on then? We must ask him what he's deduced. He will have worked out the entire case already, I'm sure. Really? Why do I feel uneasy about this? Oh no, is he gonna be the prosecution this time? Examine, converse, I guess. Great detective. So, you're a great detective, are you? Sorry, what was your name again? Indeed, I am none other than the one and only Herlock Sholmes. Oh, I see, you're German? Herlock, was it? No, I have no hair. I mean, I have hair. Please call me Sholmes. You can read all about my exploits in this exciting London publication. Oh yes, Rants magazine, full of wonderful short stories and interest articles from Great Britain. I never miss an issue. I have it sent from England especially. Ah yes, here it is. The Adventures of Herlock Sholmes. I'm just getting so used to the name now. So you're the protagonist in a series of short stories then? Indeed I am. And you've read so many of your own stories, you started to think you really are a detective? Make no mistake, I'm not the poor deluded fellow you take me for. Your inference is backward. Backward? My trusty biographer records my greatest detecting achievements. What is detecting? Are you like a censor, brother? What is going on? And chronicles them in the magazine. You have a biographer, do you? Doesn't everyone? Mine goes by the name of Dr. Wilson, presently keeping shop in London. Dr. Wilson? Yeah, the volleyball. I must say, thanks to that publication, I've been fantastically busy of late. Why, this very moment, I'm returning from Asia, having solved the mystery of a cursed royal crown. Really? I can't work out whether I should take this man seriously or not. Oops. Sorry. Deduction, you see, is to me a science. Logical reasoning in its purest form. A science? Really? The astute observer notices even the most subtle of reactions in his subject. A furtive glance, a twitch of a muscle, a slight inclination of the posture, fingernails, arm sleeves, furrows in the skin, all these things are data. Right. And the trained logician makes deductions from this data in the blink of an eye. The ultimate conclusion is, without fail, the truth. as I demonstrated only a few short moments ago. What did he demonstrate? How can he look me in the eye and claim that? So you see, I have a turn both for observation and for deduction and fame. That is what makes me the one and only Herlock Sholmes. Hair. I think HERR is probably hair. I don't know anything about German. Kazma's death. Okay. Have you managed to deduce anything about this particular case yet? Have I managed to deduce anything? My dear fellow. Who do you suppose discovered the culprit in his most cunning hiding place? That's right. It was none other than the great detective before you now, Mr. Herlock. I can't read this. I can't read this with like a serious I see. In other words, I'm in these now because of him. When I became anxious about Kazuma-sama this morning, I summoned all the crew members to force the cabin door open. And I concealed myself among their number, gaining entry to the scene of the crime. Yes, luckily for everyone, the great detective, Herlock Sholmes, was on board. And the handcuffs seemed to be an excellent fit, Mr. Naruhodo. The very moment I laid eyes on the scene, two facts were immediately apparent to me. Oh really? Two facts, you say? Two facts. Your deduction just now. Oh, we're getting more options now. Mr. Sholmes, tell us please. What two facts were apparent to you when you came into this cabin this morning? Ah yes, but first, let us be precise. The two facts in question were immediately apparent to me. Oh, immediately? Okay. Yes, I understand, but what were they? Allow me to elucidate. The two facts that I deduced from a mere momentary glance at the scene of the crime were as follows. Number 1, the cabin was locked from within, rendering escape of the culprit out of the question. Number 2, the victim was Russian. Huh? The victim was Russian? And killed following a dispute with an acquaintance. Hold on, Mr. Sholmes. What made you think the victim was Russian? Observe the dying message left by the victim on the floor. That doesn't mean he's Russian. I can't read that. I'm sorry. That is the Russian word for wardrobe. Oh, yeah, it's probably feels like a setup now. Or maybe Kazuma left a message so that people could get Naruhodo out of the cupboard. If not, he'd be like stuck there, right? Do you really think Kazuma-sama could have left the dying message in Russian? In their final moments, many find their native tongue filling their head. For this young man, Russian. Kazuma was Russian, was he? Initially, I considered Garderob. Maybe the name of the killer. Oh, as in like how it looks like in English? A certain Robert Guard, perhaps. But in the interests of thoroughness, I decided it would be wrong not to look inside the wardrobe there at least, where you found Mr. Naruhodo sleeping soundly. Quite so, I found you, the renowned Russian revolutionary killer. Why is it that I'm Russian too? I observed that you were wearing the same attire as the victim. In other words, you were acquainted. And if my memory serves, that outfit is the traditional dress of the... Huh? This guy is whack. Our school uniforms are the traditional dress of the Russian people? I had no idea. And I had no idea a detective could get something so wrong. I took a photograph of the victim and the message that I might analyze it for possible hidden details. Okay. Oh no, Kazuma. This was taken immediately after the young man was discovered, before the body was removed. Yes, Kazuma had already been taken away when I woke up. This is the first time I've actually seen him like this. Oh no. Are you alright, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh, yes, thank you. The photograph of the crime scene has been entered into the court record. Okay. Can I ask you something, Mr. Sholmes? What, pray? You mentioned Russia before as well, didn't you? You know, when you said I was a fearsome revolutionary fleeing from Russia and all of that? Ah, yes, the train of reasoning that led me to the truth. Oh my god, I'm tripping over my own tongue. Would you mind explaining that train of reasoning to me, do you think? Oh, what did he say? What is that? Certainly, if it interests you. How many times... I'm not Russian and I don't speak Russian. Okay. Your deduction just now, which we will find out on the next pre-recording. Sorry to do this to you guys, but yeah, I'll try to keep these videos to about 1 hour long, so that the YouTube videos don't end up too long. I just want to make sure that I don't have them for too long, and I don't particularly have a lot of time to record as well. Yeah, it was fun so far. I have been enjoying the new episode so far. Hopefully we'll see more of the case later, or hopefully in the end find out what happened to Kazuma. Yeah, but in the meantime, it's Thursday night for you guys. I hope that you'll have a good rest before, you know, the weekend. And also all the best with Friday as well. I hope you have a good day tomorrow and enjoy your Friday night too. If you guys have plans on the weekend, please make sure to rest up lots and enjoy yourselves to the fullest as well. Please have a good time. And I won't be able to see you on Monday, but I would love to, you know, hear about you guys on your weekend when I'm back. Yeah. Look forward to the next pre-recording. It'll be out on Monday as well. And I will definitely, just like today's pre-recording, I will make sure to post it on Twitter as well as YouTube. Twitter as well as the Discord server as well. So keep an eye out. Yeah. Thank you so much. It's been Kai from Tuesday night, Wednesday morning now, 2:55 a.m. in the morning. I will see you all again soon. I will still be on the Discord and I'll still be on Twitter as well. So if you'd like, feel free to just send me a message on the Discord server, or just, you know, like reply, like I'll probably be tweeting like pictures or something on Twitter. So you guys can, you know, like catch up with me there too. Okay, see you guys soon. Bye bye. Have a wonderful weekend. See you all soon.